look at me, not the camera. So just establish that for one interview I forgot to tell them until halfway over. So, okay, so my story is about dietary restrictions on campus and how you can deal with them at the dining halls and if it's even possible. So can you name and explain what your dietary restrictions are?
Yeah, sure. So I have phenylketonuria, PKU for short, and it's a metabolic and mental disorder that I was born with. Mm-hmm. Basically, I can't metabolize the amino acid phenylalanine. So, and phenylalanine is found in a lot of things that have a lot of high protein. So obviously meat, some beans, eggs, milk. You can have chocolate, ice cream, stuff like that. But I do take medication now that just came out a couple years ago that allows me to eat more things with protein in them. However, once that medicine came out, I did start eating meat and everything. But I've decided just this past year that I was gonna be vegan, totally vegan, just for personal purposes, health purposes, environmental purposes, stuff like that. So I've never felt like I've been restricted, but once I came here to Ohio University, and I started to really, especially this year, going into being a vegan and eating at the dining halls, it's definitely not easy. It's easy to be vegan, outside of the university for sure. But, I'll eat a lot of the beans at the salad bar. That's, for lunch, usually I'll just get, your black beans, pinto beans, hummus, stuff like that. Their garden burger has cheese in it. It's vegetarian option, so I can't eat that. That's pretty much it at Nelson. I don't even go to Shively. Shively offers really nothing for me, except for the salad bar, but they don't have as many options as Nelson. At Boyd, I feel like they really pride themselves on the fact that they have a lot of vegan options. But, however, a lot of the vegan options they have are not actually vegan. If you go online, which they don't show the ingredients there at the dining hall, you have to go online or use their tablet that they have there in the dining hall. Just scroll through and find the ingredients in every single food they have. Their vegan chicken sometimes has sauce on it, pesto sauce that has cheese in it, which automatically makes it not vegan, so I can't have that. A lot of the times their tofu is baked or cooked or marinated in butter, so that's a no-go. So it's just little tiny things like that makes it kind of frustrating for someone who's vegan because, as much as I do love eating beans and eating whole foods, every once in a while I like to, have my a vegan meatball or something, or a vegan burger or what have you. So yeah, and a lot of their food in general doesn't really show a lot of the ingredients that I would like to see, because I also have a peanut allergy, and multiple times I've gotten something and someone has told me oh, don't eat that has nuts in it. I'm like, okay, well, I can't eat this, I can't touch anything on this plate because it has walnuts in it, especially at Boyd. But yeah, that's just something that's frustrating for me, especially this year. But outside the dining halls, I really don't feel restricted by any means. Once you learn what you can do and what you can eat, you find out that you get to eat a lot of food that you never even thought existed, and being vegan allows you to be really creative, and it really puts you, really gives you a respect for the food that you have access to and have the ability to have. So, yeah.
That's all right. That's so cool. I never really, because I'm not a vegan. I'm just a picky eater, so I just touch things differently. So it's really when you go into a dining hall and you're looking around at what you can eat, do you feel I can't have this, or is it frustrating? Especially how do you feel when you're looking at something and it isn't labeled appropriately, or do you tell anyone?
Right.
Is there anything you try to do to change it?
Yeah. if something like that happens where like I find out like for example the vegan chicken, it has like cheese on it or something, I will spend pretty much the whole entire meal complaining like I cannot believe that vegan chicken is not vegan. Like how stupid can they be? Like this is like no, like do they even know what vegan means? Like I feel really guilty for being like that because people should eat what they want to eat, and like I don't want to be like, oh, I'm vegan so I'm better than you kind of mentality, but I do want people to become educated about it because I feel like there's this people have their opinions on vegans and people who don't eat meat or vegetarians, and I just feel like maybe other people who are similar to me may feel like this way too. I feel like the whole world just doesn't agree with like what I'm thinking when I go into a dining hall, because like people just go in there sometimes mundanely, like getting food and they just eat it. Like I go in there with like a mission, like eating is like my favorite time of the day, so I'm like, okay, I know exactly, because I know what my restrictions are, I know what places to avoid, because and I don't feel like, oh man, look at that piece of meat, like I can't have that, because I don't even think of it like that. I think of it just as like, no, not gonna eat it. I don't miss it. I don't miss anything that I've chosen not to eat anymore. I think it's easy for me to do that because the first 12 years of my life, I literally ate like pasta and vegetables and fruit because I couldn't have any protein, because of the PKU. So because of that, being vegan, like turning vegan, I literally did it cold turkey. Like one day I was like, okay, like you're all my facts straight. I know what I'm doing now. Okay, boom. It wasn't like a gradual process. I think I was able to do that because of my past.
Okay, and then my last question is, do you try to eat off campus more because of your like PKU? Or like where can you go off campus? Like I'm gonna treat myself today.
Right.
Where do you go and what can you get?
Right. So I rarely do go to restaurants on court, only because my parents already paid for my for me to eat at the dining halls. But I do go to the farmer's market every single Saturday, and I go to Kroger every single Saturday, and I get breakfast stuff, because I don't eat breakfast on campus. And I will get, like this morning, for example, like this past weekend, I went to Kroger and I got silken tofu, and I make tofu smoothies out of them, so I can get my protein through that. Or I'll get, like soy yogurt, because there's no vegan yogurt options on campus. On Court Street, like Chipotle has tofu that you can put, on a burrito, which I've gotten there a couple times. Casa has tofu. You can get like black bean. The burrito buggy has like a black bean tofu burrito that I've gotten before. Salam has an amazing vegan option. So I feel like Athens City and Court Street really, has opened their doors a little bit to other diets and stuff like that. I feel like Athens in general does a really good job of doing that. And Boyd does a good job of doing that too. I really praise them for having vegan options. They just need someone to like tell them like don't put it in butter. So yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. That's awesome.